Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Coming back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I got a new hat. But we'll get to that. In the meantime, it's a super simple format, folks. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out some food and or drink-related items. I'm going to yammer on about it whilst I'm doing so. I might be wearing a super cool shirt and a super cool hat. That's for the universe to decide. But I'm inside my truck. I am, in fact, wearing a super cool shirt. In fact, I'm calling it. I'm not letting the universe have that decision. When I wear a super cool shirt, I like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing? Boom! It's my dope shirt. You see it? That's lead singer Edsel. Dope is a band. They've been around since the 90s. They typically fall kind of in sort of the nu metal genre. Although I've always kind of argued that they kind of did their own thing. Like they had nu metal elements to them. But I think that they did enough that was different from them just being like a more bog standard nu metal band. But I've been a big fan of Dope ever since basically I became aware of them, and I think like my freshman year of high school. I've seen them perform live a few times. I in fact have videos of some of those performances, not all, because some were before I even had the smartphone and such. But I got to see them perform last week. They were with Static X and Fear Factory, Cultist Black, and Twisted. It was a great time. I had to get a shirt. So, anyway, I also have a cool hat. It's buckets on buckets on buckets. It's from a place called Miller's Ale House. I got it for eating a super big burger. They had a food challenge available. There was no time limit, but you did have to pay regardless, like whether you won or not. And you got a hat. And I was like, I like bucket hats. I like burgers. Let's make it happen. So, anyway, what am I trying for y'all? Well, folks, because I had to, I think there was just some sort of implied contract between myself and Van Leeuwen at this point. Boom! It's Van Leeuwen ranch dressing. Ranch dressing. Hidden Valley, in fact. Hidden Valley. I did a review of some Hidden Valley Ranch bugles. Go watch that video. But yeah, so it's ranch dressing ice cream. I knew as soon as this got announced, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to give it a shot because this is the type of thing that this show does. I'm not gonna go into the whole thing, but it's about French ice cream and stuff. I've done a few Van Leeuwen things. I did the macaroni and cheese. I did the hot honey. I did the champagne. Let's do some ranch, I guess. I'd been trying to find this. It came out. And I couldn't find it anywhere. And I think maybe it's just a Walmart thing or some shit. But that was the only place I was eventually able to find it. The dick of it is, too, if this had been yesterday, it would have been perfect. Because yesterday it was, like, really warm. And, like, today it's, like, 50 degrees. Went from 80 to 50 in one day. Let's open up I failed at opening the thing. You'd think I would have that part of my life down at this point. So there it is. There it is. It's ice cream. Now, I am somewhat hopeful because at the end of the day, Van Leeuwen's, like, they don't, in my experience, they're not just coming out with bullshit ice cream. Like, they are trying to make it palatable. So, oh no. I don't think this is going to be very good. That smell is way more savory than I expected. No. No, thank you. Ooh. I mean, they tried. I see what They tried to make it palatable as an ice cream. And it's not the worst thing I've ever had, but as an ice cream flavor, the one that was probably the hardest for me to get behind of the ones I tried before was the Grey Poupon one. Um, but they kind of made it work. You know, it wasn't my favorite thing I've ever had, but this is, I'm getting a garlicky taste in my ice cream. Now, folks, I do this show and I do these things not because, I mean, part of it's, try to be a little bit entertaining, but it is to actually hopefully enjoy this stuff. And I like weird stuff. Like, I like just trying out, unique stuff. Garlic and ice cream doesn't fucking work, man. It's just, and it's not a light thing. Like, the funniest thing about it is you would think like ranch, it has sort of like a cool taste. That's why it's cool ranch Doritos and such. You would think that maybe they would have incorporated that into the ice cream aspect, but they didn't. And what they did do is they incorporated the ingredients that make up the ranch into the ice cream, which I mean, yeah, I understand, that's the point of it. But it smells, man. Like, it doesn't smell bad. If it were like a pasta dish or something like that, like, it would be fine. Because you get like a savory garlicky smell. Oh. I mean, no. So, okay. I'll try to explain the flavor better. It's actually a relatively light flavor of ice cream. Kind of along the lines of like a light vanilla. Which, I mean, I get it. They're going for like the Hidden Valley Ranch thing. Hidden Valley tends to be a little bit lighter of a ranch than some of the heavier ones. So that's definitely what they're doing with this. It is a lighter sort of flavor. The actual ice cream itself isn't super flavorful. It's the things that are accenting through the ice cream, because you're getting like an herbiness, you're getting a garlickiness to it, and it's creating like a savory sort of sensation that in my brain is just like, stop. Just, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You need to stop this. Yet here I go again. It's also not very sweet. Funny thing is, I wouldn't say that it tastes that much like ranch. Honestly, it's like eating this, that's not what my brain goes to. I think this is an instance where, like I said, they incorporated the elements that make up the ranch, but I don't really think that it's doing two things poorly. It's not very good as an ice cream because it's not sweet enough. It doesn't really come off as like a good, kind of sweet treat. And at the same time, it's not even that really good in terms of being like a ranch thing, because it just doesn't really give you that like pop of ranch. Like, you're not getting, any of the zing to it. It's a fairly muted affair. It's just got like these weird, like garlic and sort of savory aspects to it. Yeah, man, I mean, it's not disgusting. I will say that. It's not like revolting. It's not making me want to gag. But it's honestly not that good. Like, and it's kind of surprising because, again, with the other Van Leeuwen stuff, typically they managed to kind of make it work. And, like, at the end of the day, it still worked as an ice cream. This one I don't really think works that well on any level. I don't think it's particularly good as an ice cream. I don't think it's particularly good as like a ranch thing. It's this weird thing where I think it just didn't blend together properly. I don't think the things that make up, an interesting ranch flavor are in this. I mean, they're probably in there as components. They just didn't really come together. And as an ice cream, it's just no. Um, it's edible. but it's not very nice. No. Well, two questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No and no. But the interesting thing is that it's not for the reasons that I anticipated. I wouldn't get it again. I mean, I probably wouldn't have got it again regardless. But I'm not going to get it again because even if it was like in the context of like, maybe I wanted to like share it around with, friends and stuff like that and be like, oh, it's wacky ice cream flavor. It's not that wacky. It's just kind of unpleasant. And there's nothing about it. There's like a garlicky aftertaste to it, like that kind of lingers in your mouth. It's not good. It's not good, and it's not good on a lot of levels. And in terms of recommending it, I can't even really recommend it as like a laugh type of thing. Like, again, like with the mac and cheese or whatever. It's just, it kind of falls flat, and it's not that much fun to eat, even in like a joking kind of way. So, yeah, there's really no reason for it. Like, even if you're, for whatever reason, if you're like a hardcore ranch fan, I can't recommend it because I don't really feel like it exemplifies ranch very well. But anyway, I'm disappointed it doesn't taste more like ranch. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly cool ranch rest of your life. But not like that. Like, let's talk like Cool Ranch Doritos, okay? Because we all know those. We love those. They're a staple. Let's go with those. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But you do if you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing to do in the world, especially when your new hat is a good hat, but it's a little bit too tight for your big-ass head. And you got weird ranch dressing ice cream. It's important when we run into situations that are stressful, distressing, frustrating, what have you. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there, folks, and maybe you're going to... I'm not going to say that you're going to go out and you're going to try some Van Leeuwen's ice cream. Van Leeuwen's ranch ice cream. You're not going to do that because you've watched this, you've seen my reaction to it. You're going to stay away. I believe in you. Okay, this is like the dare to stay off of drugs things, but like it's going to hopefully be successful. I actually listened to that thing. I was like one of the kids who was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do drugs. It's just not my jam. Other people want to partake. Hey, just don't do the shitty stuff that's going to get you into trouble or, fucking make you go over there and tackle your neighbor or something like that because you want to get the crack out of their ear. Conversely, maybe get some Van Leeuwen's ice cream, but one of the nice flavors.